Yeah, you should probably leave. Just in time for you to finish your wine. Then you should probably. Name's Angel Ocasio Jr., aka Cash of Cash's Jr. I'm a musician, and I do my thing, man. Alright, just one kiss. You should probably. So yeah, man, like I said, full-time musician. So I play multiple instruments. I play the guitar, keyboards. I started on keyboards, steel guitar, lap steel, pedal steel, organ. You know what I'm saying? Play different instruments. You know what I'm saying? Produce, all that good jazz. You know. But I've been doing that for a long time. I started when I was 7 years old. My home church back in Nashville, Georgia. I'm from Nashville, Georgia. And one Sunday, my Uncle Big, he was a musician at the church, man. And him and his my Uncle Harris brothers, them and their sons, they played the music. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I just became, I guess, of age. And one Sunday, and Uncle Big called me with the keyboard, and he just told me, "Hey man, come over here, play this C note right there. Just one note, play the C note, man." So I started there, and Uncle Big, man, he was already a musician in bands outside of church, doing other things and stuff like that. They've been doing it for years as well and stuff. Kind of, it's a generational thing for me, man, really. He actually put me in a band outside of the church from Valdosta, Georgia, the Gospel Travelers. And so, shoot, man, I say, man, as I was learning how to play the keyboard at 7, 8 years old, I was already working in a band, just practicing. I had to practice every day, of course. Not only just learning music, learning songs, had a guideline or whatnot, man, and doing shows, man, really was on the road, man, before I was actually a good musician. I was already working, man, you know what I'm saying? And so, but, that's where it started for me, man, and it's been like that pretty much ever since. It's always been a supportive thing. Yeah. Of course, man, you know what I'm saying? Not just a family church that I grew up in, you know what I'm saying? But, just a musical family anyway, man. I've been in my generation, one of the ones to just take on music as a full-time thing. One of the ones. It's always been a support thing, man. Like everybody, we support each other. That's a family. It's a loving family. And my Uncle Big, man, he put me on music. You know what I'm saying? He taught me music. He taught me the game. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, like I said, putting me in a band and, cutting records, and, being on the road and, working with people, so all that stuff like that, man. So, he's done that. He's been there since the beginning, and he's still around, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's with me he's one of my managers now, you know what I'm saying? Always been, and so I got so much talent in my family, man, we all just support each other, man, love each other, work with each other, all that. And so that's what's been for me, man. I love my family. Yeah, man, I have an amazing family, so it's a blessing. But now it's like, I'm into it, and so it's a part of me, it's second nature. And so, but, now it's more of the business, I'm running the band, and so the manager, I'm running all the hats, wearing all the hats, I should say. It's a tedious job, and then having to be the performer, it's a lot to it, man. Time is currency, man, and time is of essence, so I've had to learn not to waste my time, and that's a part of the game too, so, hey, sometimes less is more. It's just like the less I say, the more I do. Like I said, it takes a lot of work. It really does. You talk about social media, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't, it's hard to keep up with everything, man, but now it's more so just, like I said, the business. I'm dealing with the business side of it, where it's, booking and getting the gig, you know what I'm saying? Talking about money, you know what I'm saying? And then negotiations, all that stuff, man, it's just all that, and contracts and the paperwork, everything, all the other stuff, like I said, the hard work, the hardest part about it, the many hats, all the stuff to keep up with, it just makes it all worth it, because like I said at the beginning, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, I'm working, doing my music. Part is being my own manager, being responsible for me. I get tired, I get lazy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I get fed up, all of it, man. I'm just like, oh my God, man, I don't want to deal with this, you know what I'm saying? All of it, man. And just like I said, just keeping up with everything, and then like I said, it's just the ups and downs of it. I mean, I wake up and I want to be better, do better. It's like I catch myself. You don't catch yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not playing with it. Like I said, I still live life, so I know I got to get out here and do what I got to do, and that keeps me in check. You know what I'm saying? And when I go out and do my job, the result of it is the confirmation that keeps me going. You just realize, hey, this it requires all of that. That's a part of the paying the dues. That's part of the sacrifice to make it at what you're trying to do. At first, it's just like wow, is this is how it is, then like wow, it's definitely a mental thing. Doing all of that, wearing all the hats, to say, especially with the booking. You know what I'm saying? Because you're having to negotiate your value, you know what I'm saying? It's always like you're never gonna feel like you're getting your worth, right? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, a lot of people, that's just not what it is. You really have to pay your dues, and that's it can take a toll on. It's like, man, but then just have to remember that, it's two different things. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't define who I am as a musician or my music. It's just part of the game. You realize you just in the game now. You know what I'm saying? It's not just fun and games where it's, oh, I'm just playing music. No, like this is business. You know what I'm saying? And we already know the history of it. It's a dog eat dog business anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's just breaking in, man, and keeping that head. Keeping your head on your shoulders. It's something to learn. Like I'm still learning, what I'm saying? Still, but it's about the communication, and trust it. If you feel like this is what you want to do, if you know that this is what you are going to do, then patience, hustle. It's gonna take a lot of hustle. It's gonna be hustle that, like I said, you got to know your peers, where you're coming from, your environment, everything, what I'm saying, about what you're talking about doing as far as, hustling. Because, you got to do what the others aren't. You got to be going harder, and it's not a competition thing. It's just a difference thing. Just believing that I can be good enough, or I am good enough, just getting over all of that, like I said, that's just motions of it, it's like, man, and second guessing yourself, like, and then you go hear, go to a concert and hear this, just whatever, or just pull up and see a kid just playing the, mess out of it. It's like, well, what am I doing? It's like, what am I doing? Like, why? I've been working at this for, I don't know how many years, and you got a chip, so what am I doing? But nah, man, it's always gonna be somebody better, man. It's always gonna be somebody that's just like, wow, and that's great. But then at the same time, you learn how to be yourself. You realize that this is just me. This is who I am. So okay, if they're a guitar player, then I'm a guitar player too. We just two guitar players. You got your thing, I got my thing. So that's all a part of knowing yourself. And then believing in yourself and trusting yourself. You got to trust. Just keep showing up. Definitely just keep showing up, man. Yeah. Yeah. I tell people, like, music is like any other job. It's just like you do it, you want to be recognized. You want people to recognize your work. You want to feel valuable about what you wake up and do every day. You know what I'm saying? The business I am in, it's on a stage. It's with lights. You know what I'm saying? It's with people in the audience. That's what they come to do. They come to hear music. We want to know that people like what we're doing when we get up every day and do this. You know what I'm saying? When I go out, when I do it, that's my clear sign of, yeah, like, that's my confirmation. This is what you're supposed to be doing. That's what, like you said, it keeps me showing up to the job. Man, music it's just a part of me, man. You know what I'm saying? Music is a language, for sure. It speaks, people have, their type of music that they like, but, it's just a part of it. It's like it's essential to living, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you want to breathe, you want to, eat good, you want to be healthy, you want to hear music, and that's what it is, man. I think, it just, without music, I don't know, it's different, like without music, it's just like, what is that? That's been my mindset with it. Like, this is a part of me, and it's become a part of me. whatever I play, like, I have my own sound with it, and I'm thankful for that. Because even, when I play, a lot of times it's like, I don't know what I'm playing or hear it, I should say. I don't hear what I'm playing until like I hear a playback, so of some sort. And when I hear the playback, it's like, wow, what I'm saying? I'm hearing it like you hear it in a sense, what I'm saying? It's like, I don't see it as me playing. I just hear music and it's like, wow, man, it catches my attention, a lot of times. And I'm thankful for that, man, what I'm saying? Because I just know when I'm playing it, I'm not thinking like that, and it doesn't feel like that. I'm like, man, I hope I don't mess up, what I'm saying? Or, it's like I'm thinking, right, what I'm saying? But then when I hear it, it's like, I didn't feel like that. I didn't know I was doing that. You see what I'm saying? That's not how it felt for me. I'm thankful that it's like, it's just like I said, it's communication, it's a language. I can talk it, and that's what it is, man. Different um, nationalities, speak two different things, can't speak the other's language. But you can look at that same painting and I like that painting. You feel the painting, right? It's just like, yeah, exactly, man. And to be a carrier of that, to be able to speak kind of universal language, it's just, I'm thankful, man, that I was chosen, as a, to be a musician, man. Um, because like I said, from what I see, I'm traveling the world now playing music. Um, playing my instrument, and it's, I can't speak their language, uh, but I can play this instrument, and now we're communicating. Now you hear, it's I don't know, it's amazing, man. Like I said, I've seen so many people come together, because of music. It's wild, man. Like I said, it keeps me humble. It really does, man. So the power of music. I'm still a student. You see what I'm saying? And for me, I'm still, every time I play, I'm still trying to play like I want to play. You know what I'm saying? So I want to play like I hear, like, in my head, and so I'm always reaching for that, what I'm saying? And it's always something that I'm going to reach for. I've always felt like that, but, it's like I had a conversation with one of the greatest musicians that I know, a legend here in Macon, Mr. Robert Lee Coleman, blues man. He played with James Brown with the JBs. He was a guitar man, you know what I'm saying, for a bit. So, we had a conversation one time, and he just told me that, man. He was like, because I asked him the same question, in that sense, it's just like, what is it for you, man? He's like, man, I'm still a student. I'm still learning. I ain't, and mind you, he's 79, going on 80, you know what I'm saying? And he told me, it's just like, I'm still learning. I'm still trying to be who I hear in my head. That's it, man. It's always something to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those things, like, I put myself in a position where there's always something to do. And so I'd rather, be doing that than trying to explain to you what I'm doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's time when I could be doing that. It's just that if I don't do this, then nobody else will. I'm thankful, like I said, that I make a difference where I'm at. I was just thinking about this, the other day, it's just like, I'm thankful for that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm still not at full potential. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking about in my head. I'm thinking about getting full potential. It's not really me, you know what I'm saying? I'm the carrier, I'm the student of it, I'm the bearer. Humility. Stay humble, Oh man, you got it. You're gonna get there. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time, man. Do your thing. But have that humility about it. Because like you said, you are still a student. We haven't got there. There's nobody that's got there, you know what I'm saying? And so it's good, to know you're good, that's great. To own that, that's great. But still have that humility. I've given up. Tried to. You go get a job, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna be about this, I'm gonna be corporate man. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that, man. It's just like, okay, whatever, but just not really wanting to believe, still, like I said, being a human being, it's like, you got bills, you got life, situations, things happen, you grow up, and so it's like, I was like, maybe I should go get a job, maybe I, and you do, you work to, there's a point when you're just like, okay, I'm good, I can do this full time, I'm not saying neglect that, but again, for me, times where I, felt like turning my back away from it. It's just like, man, disappointments. I've dealt with disappointments. I grew up in church and playing for churches, doing stuff like that. So I've dealt with church hurt. So it was like, I could be hurt by a situation where it's like, I was deep in it, man. I cared about it, and the music was great. The band was, just doing its thing. Everything was pumping, man. And then boom, the curtain, the carpet. I'm trying to say is pulled from under you. And that's just a part of it too. You know what I'm saying? That's just all of it. That's part of the growing process. I've known that this is for me to do. I knew that it's one of those things, man. Like when I was younger, I didn't play. So I didn't start playing guitar till my 20s. Like for real, for real. Like I was learning, picking it up over the years. But I picked up the guitar and said, all right, I'm gonna be a guitar player. Till like 2021. You know what I'm saying? But so years prior, when I was playing keys, learning how to play the keys, I was playing the steel guitar and stuff. And but I just saw myself. I would look in the mirror and I would see myself, and I knew I was gonna be a guitar player. I knew I was gonna be a guitarist, and that guitarist version of me was, going to be the version of me that takes me places. You know what I'm saying? That takes my music further. And it's been that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I picked up the guitar, I found more of myself. Just had to learn to own it, accept it. You know what I'm saying? Just own it, man. Like, whatever. Even though I'm not there. I know, how I feel when I play a lot of times, or what I'm thinking in my head. I know what it is to be me. I still know that, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm supposed to do it the best I can, the best I'm able to, because it's my responsibility to, like I said, be this musician, to speak this language. I can't run from it. I've tried. I've tried to dumb myself down, and I've done it all, man. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of just going through the motions with it. I've lived this life, but at the end of the day, like every time it's like, no, I know what's in me. I know the voice inside of my head. It's like, it's no, this is what you're to do. You know what I'm saying? When I pick up the instrument, you know what I'm saying? It became the guitar is one of the most expressive instruments that you can play. Like, I know everybody, there's musicians that can play every instrument, but for guitar, it's like the most expressive for me. That's where I found more of myself. You know what I'm saying? I got comfortable with my music. I began to believe, in myself more. I'm known as an artist, and it's only, growing. I'm living in it now. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. It's not. Yes, it's something that I knew, but to see it now, to see it come to fruition is. It's humbling. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet, man. It's just a part of it. It's just all a part of it. You can see it, like when you pick, like when I picked it up, when I was around it, I could see myself, playing that instrument. It's like when I look at the guitar, a lot of times I would sit, just look at my guitar, and I would just see myself playing my guitar. You know what I'm saying? Like just looking at it, like, man, I'm gonna play the guitar. You can feel it. Like, okay, I got a niche here. Like I think about it when I wake up. When I go to sleep, I'm thinking about it. Like I want to actually get better. I want to learn something about this. Like I want to learn more. I want to learn everything about it. Actually, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to. You start thinking about that. Thinking like that. And it's like can't put it down. You keep going back to it. Even when you try not to go back to it, I've tried to put music down a few times. I've, signed up for the military, all kind of stuff, man. I said, yeah, man, yeah, but every time I've tried to walk away, turn my back on music, I can't, and so it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, after a while, when am I going to give up and just put my eggs in this basket and see what happens, you know what I'm saying? And if everybody's doing this over here, then I got space over here, so I don't expect the people over here to understand why I'm over here, first of all, and what I'm doing. Second of all, you know what I'm saying? I may not, like you said, I may not be able to even tell you. I just know this is my space. So as long as I stay over here and not over there, I'm gonna figure this space out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep coming more and more. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you try to, you want to be with people. You want to, you go through those waves. Like, man, maybe I should, give this up, do this, do that, whatever. You still keep finding that space. That space keeps pulling you back. You know what I'm saying? And so that's when you know, man. And like I said, I don't expect everybody to get it. A lot of people, it's like, oh man, you're a full time musician, man. Trying to count my chips and all that stuff like that. And I mean, like I said, yeah, you really have to pay your dues out here. You got to know what you want. You got to have to invest in yourself. Point blank, period. If you're not gonna do it, nobody else. You can't expect anybody else to just do it. I mean, it's like it's just not gonna drop out the sky a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, patience and hustle. I mean, patience and hustle. Trying to say. And so to see the flip side of that, where it's like that's what it is now. People are seeing the work I've been putting in. You know what I'm saying? Not even really seeing the work, but just seeing the result of it. They'll never really fully understand the work behind it. They just starting to see more of the results. You know what I'm saying? More of the fruition. For me, the part of fame that is, important to me is the fact that they know my work. They know what I've set out to do, and that get really paid off. Like, what I'm saying? So that's why, yeah, security, all that stuff, natural part of it, man. But just knowing that I made that difference, knowing that I've done all that I can do. Yeah. I want to be the music. That's what I came here to do. I came to be a music artist. Music is what I do. It's in me, right? And so that's what I'm not going to get away from. For me, I tell people it's more than just being a musician. For me, like I said, it was a God-given gift. So it's just like, I just know, like, one, it's a responsibility, and I keep that, that's forefront, so I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. I'm thankful for it, because like I said, it's my mission. You know what I'm saying? It's what I'm here to do, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be hard. Like I said, still living, a life. It's not always, the money's not always gonna be there in a sense. It's gonna be those ups and downs. But like I said, I just know what I got in the game to do. And it's gonna take that sacrifice to do it. And so that's just what I decided was gonna be the case. You know what I'm saying? Sacrifice, you feel it. It's just like I said, that voice. That voice in my head. You gotta know your goals. You might not see the whole plan, but you gotta at least know the path you're on, and so you'll know when. You know what it takes. In that moment. I've misled me. I know when, because it's like, okay, because I'm right back on that same path that the voice in my head told me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I'm like, man, I should have followed my first mind. I've had that, man, I should have followed my first mind, and I still chose to do this. You see what I'm saying? And that's the human aspect of it, man. That's just really it is, man. At the end of the day, I'm still human. I still am going to go through all of those motions, man. I'm not going to want to do it sometimes. I'm not going to feel like, whatever, I'm tired, whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? All of that takes place. At some point, I see like, oh, I should have followed first mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I know, that's part of it. Like I said, that voice in my head is, no, I'm not crazy. It may look crazy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not crazy about following that voice.